Good morning, children. In today's session, I'm going to take English for 7th standard. That is term 2, children. That is already we have in the previous class we have started with this lesson. That is sports stars. Now section 2. So page number 85, children. So, section 2 we are going to see now. In the previous class we learnt about the Mithali Raj, right? Mithali Durai Raj. That is a women cricketer. Now in this class we are going to see about this Usha Rani. That is, read the report on Usha Rani and answer the questions asked below. Usha Rani, Kokam Kabaddi champion, rose from Shanti town of Subhadrapalya in Yeshwantpur near Bengaluru in Karnataka. So, she was a Kabaddi champion. Usha Rani was a Kabaddi champion. Okay, she was a Kabaddi champion from Shanti town. From where? From Shanti town of Subhadrapalya in Yeshwantpur near Bengaluru in Karnataka. Where, children? In Bengaluru near Karnataka. So now we are learning about Usha Rani. Who she is, children? She is a Kabaddi champion. Champion rose from Shanti town of Subhadrapalya in Yeshwantpur near Bengaluru in Karnataka. Armed with her mother's unfulfilled dream to become an athlete, she became determined and practiced Kabaddi at the Kantirava Stadium every morning, rain or shine. That is, she wanted to become an athlete. That was her mother's unfulfilled dream. Now she became determined and practiced Kabaddi. So she was practicing Kabaddi in stadium every morning, rain or shine. That is, whether it is raining or whether it is sunshine. Okay. So she was practicing. As a school child, she grew up watching Kabaddi at a club in front of her house and soon joined the club and started playing Kabaddi at national level in sub-junior category. That is, as a school child when she was young, she grew up watching Kabaddi at a club. So this club was in front of her house, okay? And when she was growing, and soon joined the same club, so which was in front of her house, and started playing Kabaddi at national level in sub-junior category. That is, at national level in sub-junior category. Okay, children, in sub-junior category. So she was selected in the national level in sub-junior category. She was playing there. Whenever she was not playing, she was a source of support to her parents and others at home. So when she was not playing, what she used to do? She used to be the support to her mother, parents and others at home. Okay. She used to sell flowers for a daily living. So daily for daily living, they want what she was doing. She used to sell the flowers, and she had to struggle. She was struggling all through her life until she got a job in the Karnataka. So it was very difficult for her to live all through her life till she got a job in the Karnataka State Police Force. Karnataka State Police Force. Okay, children. State Police Force. She was selected as a police person for excellence in sports, and she was the youngest in the Karnataka State Police Women Kabaddi team. Okay, so she was selected as a police person for excellence. That is, she was to a good excellence in the sports. Okay, she was excellent in sports, and she was the youngest, very youngest in the Karnataka State Police Women Kabaddi team. In the Kabaddi team itself, she was the very youngest girl. Okay. She was just 29 years old when she won a gold medal in Kabaddi. She won a gold medal at the age of 29 years old. Okay. She won the gold medal at the age of 29 years old in Kabaddi. She is much acclaimed for her raiding skills in Kabaddi. Acclaimed means praised. She was very much praised for her raiding skills in Kabaddi. E.S. Sumant, sports officer. Who was the sports officer? E.S. Sumant. He was a sports officer. Sports officer. That is at Karnataka State Police Sports Promotion Board. Okay. P. Suman, sports officer at Karnataka State Police Sports Promotion Board, says that despite a well-paid job, she has a very well-paid job, Usha participated in national events every year without a miss. So she used to participate in a national event every year without a miss, means without missing that. She used to participate every year, okay, though she has a well-paid job. She's an expert in giving leads, raiding opponents. Raiding means what, children? That is in the kabaddi, in the kabaddi code, you have a cross midline, okay? In that crossing the midline to get a point, that is called as a raid, okay? When she crosses a line, you will get a point. That is to touch any offenders, okay? She has to touch any defenders there or an opponent, then you will get a point there. That is crossing the midline. So raiding opponents and consistently playing a prominent role, important role in an Indian kabaddi team. Okay, children. So she was opponents, and she's an expert in giving leads as well as raids to the opponents and playing an important role in the Indian kabaddi team. And Usha Rani is now working hard and practicing every day to win the gold medal at the Asian Games in 2018. She has also become a role model to her brothers and sisters at home and other fellow sports persons. She has become a role model. So like her, everyone wants to be like her brothers, sisters, and other of the fellow sports persons. So like her, others also wants to be like her brothers, sisters, and other fellow sports persons. So do you understand this about Usha Rani, children? That is Usha Rani. She is a kabaddi champion, and where it's near Bengaluru in Karnataka is a Shanti town where she is living, and she became to determine a kabaddi player. She used to practice in the morning rain or in the sunshine. So as a school child, she grew up watching kabaddi. That is in front of her house, she has a club. There she joined playing kabaddi at national level in sub-junior category, right, children? So rather than playing, she used to support to her parents, and she used to sell flowers for a daily living, I told you all. And then she selected as a police person for her excellence in sports, and she was the youngest in the Karnataka State Police Women Kabaddi team. And at that 29 years old, she won a gold medal, right, children? And then she was praised for her, that is acclaimed for her riding skills in kabaddi. Then E.S. Suman, a sports officer, he said that despite she is having a well-paid job, she used to participate in all the national events every year without missing it, right? So she's an expert in giving leads as well as raiding opponents. Then Usha Rani is now working hard and practicing every day to win the gold medal in 2018 Asian Games. So she has become a role model to her brothers and sisters as well as a fellow sports person. Now section 3 we are going to go now, that is page number 88. Next we are going to see about P.V. Sindhu, a badminton player. Okay. We understood about the Usha Rani Kabaddi champion, children. You are able to understand this. Next section 3 we are going to go, and we are going to learn about whom, children? P.V. Sindhu. P.V. Sindhu. She is a badminton player, right? Badminton player. Okay. Now the word badminton will instantly bring P.V. Sindhu in everyone's mind. So if you say badminton itself, in everyone's mind what will think? That P.V. Sindhu is a badminton player. That P.V. that is Sarla Venkata Sindhu is one of the 2 Indian badminton players to ever win a silver medal in 2016 Olympics. The other being Saina Nehwal, who has won a bronze medal in 2012 Olympics. So who are the 2 children? That is P.V. Sindhu, who won a silver medal in 2016 Olympics, right? And there's another person, that is Saina Nehwal. She won a bronze medal in 2012 Olympics. Okay, children. So who were the 2 children? P.V. Sindhu, silver medal 2016 Olympics, and Saina Nehwal, who won the bronze medal in 2012 Olympics. Now Sindhu came to international attention when she broke into the top 20 of the BWF. BWF is Badminton World Federation. BWF, Badminton World Federation. Okay. So what is BWF? Badminton World Federation is the full form of this, children. BWF That is, she broke into the top 20 of the BWF in September 2012 at the age of 17. September 2012 at the age of 17. She broke into the top 20. Okay. She is one of the top 5 shuttlers in the women's singles category. It is top 20, I said. In top 5, she was a shuttlers in the women's single category. Women's single. Okay. So she was top 20 of the BWF, that is Badminton World Federation, and the top 5 in the women's single category. Okay, children. Now she started playing badminton at the age of 8. So at the age of 8 itself, she started playing badminton. Though her parents were professional volleyball players, so her parents were professional volleyball players, Sindhu chose badminton over volleyball. So she did not want the volleyball to play. She was interested in the badminton. So she chose badminton. She drew inspiration from the success of Pullela Gopichand, the 2001 All England Open badminton champion. So she was inspired by the Gopichand, that is the 2001 All England Open badminton champion. She was inspired by whom? Pullela Gopichand. When children? In 2001. In 2001. She was inspired by Gopichand, All England Open badminton champions. Though his parents were professional volleyball players, she did not choose volleyball, but instead of that, she was very inspired by the badminton, and that too is inspired by the Gopichand. In 2001, he got the badminton champion. So she was very much inspired by him. Sindhu first learned the basics of the sport with the guidance of Mehboob Ali. First, with the guidance she was playing with the guidance of Mehboob Ali. But she then joined Gopichand Badminton Academy. Then she joined in the Gopichand Academy. First, with the guidance of Mehboob Ali, she was practicing. Then she joined the Gopichand Badminton Academy because she was very much inspired by him. Then while profiling Sindhu's career, a correspondent with the Hindu wrote, correspondent, that's a reporter of the Hindu paper, he wrote that the fact that she reports on time at the coaching camps daily, that is reports on time means at the correct time she will be there in the coaching camp daily, traveling a distance of 56 kilometers from her residence means from her house. Okay, she used to travel 56 kilometers from her house, from her residence, is perhaps a reflection of her willingness to fulfill her desire, to fulfill her wish, okay, to be a good badminton player with the required hard work and commitments with full dedication. Okay, she was wished to be a good badminton player with her hard work and the dedication. So the reporter of the Hindu wrote like this, that she reports on time at the campus daily, though she was 56 kilometers away from her residence, and it's a reflection of to fulfill, okay, a desire or a wish to become a good badminton player with her hard work and the dedication, that is commitment. Then Gopichand seconded this opinion. His opinion is the most striking features in Sindhu's game is her attitude. It is positive attention to her work. Okay, that's attitude is positive attention to her work and the never say die spirit. Okay, what is that? Never say die spirit. Never say die spirit. It was her positive attitude to her work. Okay, it was a positive attitude to her work, that is saying never say die spirit. Despite PV Sindhu being busy with the training schedules and international tournaments, she managed to attend regular school until class 9. So I said already she started at the age of what age? It's 8. So she was busy with her training schedules as well as the tournaments. Then though also she used to manage to attend the schools regularly till the standard 9, after which all her classes were through correspondence course. Okay, so without going to school she was learning by correspondence. Okay, she did balance both her passion as well as the academics. Both her passion, what was her passion? Her passion was a badminton, academics was studies. Okay, both she did it equally, a balance, and she holds a bachelor's degree in commerce. Bachelor degrees in commerce is BCom, right? She finished BCom, that is Bachelor Degree in commerce, that is called as a BCom. Okay, children. So she equally finished her passion, that is badminton, as well as her studies, that is academics, both equally. Okay, balanced it, and she became a bachelor in commerce, that is BCom. Okay, children. After joining Gopichand's Badminton Academy, Sindhu won several titles. When she joined the Gopichand's Badminton Academy, she won many titles, that is, she won many awards as well as cash grants for a contribution, that is, she contributed to badminton, right? And among them, these 3 awards were conferred means presented to her, on her by the Indian government. So what are the 3 awards conferred on her or presented on her by the Indian government is Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. Okay, what is that given to her? Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award, the highest sporting honor of India in 2016. Okay, in the sports itself, Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award is the highest sporting honor. Then Padma Shri, the 4th highest civilian award of India. Next is a Padma Shri Award, that is given in 2015 for the 4th highest civilian award of India. And the next is the Arjuna Award given in 2013. Okay, children, Arjuna Award 2013. So these are the 3 awards given to her. That is Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. This is the highest award in the awards itself. And then the Padma Shri Award is the 4th civilian award of India given in 2015. And the Arjuna Award in 2016 given, children. Okay. Then in the side there itself that's given, do you know, children, see that the second most popular sport in the world is the badminton. So which is the most popular sport? That's the second most popular is the badminton. Do you know the first popular one they have given? It is football. So first football is the most popular one. Second is the badminton. Okay, children, do you know it's given there? So this lesson we have finished with about the Mithali Raj biography. Then Usha Rani, a kabaddi player, and PV Sindhu, badminton player. We learned about them, children. So with this we are finishing this prose for you. And in the next class we'll start with a new lesson, children. Thank you.